All out for the march on the Republican National Convention. Statement by Road Socialist Organization. Step onto the stage of history in Milwaukee, July 15th, as thousands march on the Republican National Convention. More than 100 organizations are participating in this effort, spearheaded by the Coalition to March on the RNC, and mobilizations are taking place in cities across the U.S. As Trump is raking in money from billionaire donors and stepping up his campaign for the White House, it's vital that all of us who support justice, progress, and peace should be in the streets raising the banner of opposition. Everyone who can be there should be there. On March 15th, we will be marching under the slogans, "Fight the racist and reactionary agenda of the Republican Party," "Defend women's LGBTQ and reproductive rights," "Defend and expand immigrant rights," "Peace, justice, and equity for all," and "Stand with Palestine." The plans are for a large-scale, family-friendly event, the kind of march you can bring your kids to. To facilitate exactly that, protest organizers are fighting to get permits. The organizers are also clear that we are going to be within sight and sound of the RNC, permits or not. As we look forward to the marching on the RNC, it is worth pausing and recalling the Trump years. Who can forget Melania Trump at the camp for detained immigrant children, wearing a jacket reading, "I really don't care, do you?" Or the police and National Guard attack in Washington, D.C., using tear gas and a helicopter on Black Lives Matter protesters when he decided to do a photo op at a church near the White House, complete with an upside-down Bible. His reign concluded with an attempt to retain power by force at the U.S. Capitol January 6th. At Trump's recent campaign rallies, announcers urge attendees to stand for the January 6 hostages, while defendants in the case lead the crowd in singing the Star-Spangled Banner. You can't make this stuff up. When Trump was elected, FRSO stated loud and clear that we would do everything in our power to make this country ungovernable, and we put that approach in practice by helping to plan and lead the mass protests against the Muslim ban, in defense of women's and LGBTQ rights, against putting kids at the border in cages, and in the course of the Great Rebellion after the murder of George Floyd. It is what we will do if Trump returns to power. The Republican Party is complicit with the genocide in Gaza. He backs it. Trump approved of Israel's illegal annexation of Syria's Golan Heights. Netanyahu was so grateful he named a town after him, Trump Heights. Nikki Haley writes, "Finish them" on artillery shells bound for Gaza. That says where they stand. The Republican Party is one of the two parties of monopoly capitalism. Many of the groups that are working to build the march on the RNC, including FRSO, will be on the streets of Chicago, August 19th, at the Democratic National Convention. There, we will stand with Palestine, demanding that the U.S. end all aid to Israel. We will say no to genocide and put forward a progressive agenda. We are going to make a difference. The time is now to rent buses, organize carpools, and make concrete plans to attend the march on the Republican National Convention. We don't have to wait for things to happen. We can shape events and help define the future. There is a growing tide of struggle in this country, and together we can sweep away all that is reactionary. Join the march on the RNC. All out for the march on the Republican National Convention. Statement by Road Socialist Organization. Published June 14th, 2024.